Greetings, everyone. First of all, I just want to congratulate you on completing the ISTE certification course. You are done with part one of your ISTE certification journey. And I know that that was no small feat. Attending all the sessions and really working through and thinking critically about your synchronous assignments, all of that was a lot of hard work. So pat yourself on the back. You did a great job, and now you are eligible for phase 2 of ISTE certification, which is portfolio development. So this video is intended to sort of serve as that transition, sort of moving you from phase 1 into phase 2. So first things first, I want to tell you about an email that you should have either already received from ISTE or that you should be receiving in the next day or two. So it's an automated email, and it's triggered by me officially closing the course. So it usually gets to you 1 to 2 business days after I close out the course. And it basically congratulates you for completing your coursework, but more importantly, it tells you that you are now enrolled in the portfolio submissions area within Brightspace. So this is a really important email. So if you haven't received it, and you should have, and it's been a couple of days, you might want to go looking for it. You'll want to look in your junk folder. If you have a really tight filter on your organization's email system, you might want to talk with your network administrator. Or if all else fails, you can email me, or maybe more directly ISTE. The email is istecertification@iste.org. But make sure that you get that. From here on out, ISTE will be communicating with you solely through these automated emails. So you want to make sure you get them. Once you submit your portfolio, they will actually use the same system to tell you if you passed or not. So you definitely want to make sure that these emails are landing in your inbox and not getting lost somewhere out in cyberspace. Okay, the second thing I want to talk to you about is your upcoming webinar. Depending on what cohort you're in, you might have an upcoming webinar with me or another facilitator to start learning about the portfolio development process. Or some cohorts will be watching a recorded webinar that has the same purpose. So today I'm going to discuss 5 tasks that I would like you to do prior to either coming to the live session or watching the recorded session. It's, pre-work, if you will. Okay? And really this pre-work is it's not real rigorous work. I really just want you to sort of get in the mind frame of the portfolio. I want you to start just exploring some things and feeling more comfortable with the portfolio, because I know at first the portfolio can be a little overwhelming and a little oh my gosh, a little intimidating. So all of these tasks are designed to just give you a little bit more confidence, give you a little bit more sense, and kind of start dipping your toe into this water, okay? So I'm going to walk through all 5 of these tasks. And they're all here in the portfolio submissions area. Okay, so first thing, to get to the portfolio submission area, you can get to it through the email that I just talked about from ISTE. Or if you type in learn.iste.org, you should get to a space where you can either click on, our course, our course in Brightspace, or this portfolio submissions area, and this is what you see. Now, there are 2 main ways that you can navigate to all the resources that I'm going to talk about today that I'd like you to review. If you scroll down on this homepage, you can see a bunch of quick links. And you'll be able to use these today to get to all 5 tasks, okay? But the other way to navigate is here through the content button. And if you click on the getting started arrow, all of the documents or all of the resources for the 5 task review thing today, you'll be able to get through from the getting started arrow. But we're going to start here, okay? 5 things. Number 1 is I'd like you to launch the quick guide. And the quick guide, at this point in time, it has 4 steps. So I'm going to read this information, or you're going to read this information. You're going to hit the next button, and you're going to find a video. This video is 15 minutes in length. And I am going to recommend highly that you watch all 15 minutes of this video. This video is going to walk you through in more detail the full navigation and full mechanics of this portfolio space, including how to find your due date if you forget what it is, including how to actually submit your portfolio, and including all of the other resources. Now, you may or may not have watched this video already in the course. I think this video may have been assigned in like session 4 or 5 of your synchronous work. But even if you've already watched it, I'm going to highly recommend you watch it again, because now that you're in phase 2, this is going to mean a little bit more. Okay, after you're done watching the video, kind of scroll through here, and when you're done, you can close out. Okay, so that's task number 1 of your 5 tasks. Task number 2 is to read the applicant guidebook. Now, when you go down to your quick links, there is no quick link for applicant guidebook. This one happens to be nested under this second bullet, which says ISTE certification portfolio documents. So if you click there, oops, that's why I have to go to this page. If I click there, then, and you can see I'm in the getting started arrow drop down, and it's right here. So again, that is just sort of showing you the 2 different ways to navigate. You can see now I have this link to the applicant guidebook. Now when I open that up, you'll notice that the applicant guidebook comes in a Google Doc version, a Word doc version, and a PDF version. These 3 versions are all the exact same thing. So just choose the one that you'd like to review and open it up and read through it. This guidebook, I want to say, is 11 pages total, but you'll see as I scroll down that it's not super dense. There's a lot of tables, there's bullet points, I think there's a picture of a rubric here that I'll get to in a second. There it is. So it's 11 pages, but it's not super dense. I do recommend that you read all 11 pages. I would say at a medium detail level. And what I mean by that is I want you to read it a little more carefully than a browse, but you don't have to pore over every word, take notes and highlight and, annotate and all that kind of stuff. But so I would say if I were reading this at a medium detail level, it would take me about 10 minutes. So you can use that as a guide. Take about 10 minutes to sort of read through this. This should answer many of the questions that you have about the portfolio, and it will probably answer some questions that you didn't know you had. Okay, continuing along those lines, I would also like for you, this is task number 3, would be to look at the portfolio submission requirements, which is right beneath it if you're in the getting started arrow. If you go from the home page, it's right here, portfolio submission requirements. And the portfolio submission requirements, again, just sort of opens up in a drop-down menu. And much of the information that is listed here, you will also maybe have read about in the applicant guidebook, but this is really a complement. So where the applicant guidebook is sort of a smattering of the whole shebang, now you can come here and sort of build on that knowledge and really solidify some of these requirements. Okay, so this should take you probably 5 minutes. That's task number 3. Task number 4 is to go to the FAQ. So again, this is still under the Getting Started arrow, and it's closer to the bottom, the frequently asked questions. These are also going to open up in a drop-down format. These are the same questions that I get asked time and time again, that ISTE gets asked time and time again, so chances are you might have some of these same questions. This should probably take you about 5 minutes to read through, and that's task number 4. And then the final task that I'm going to have you do is to select a criteria off of the alignment map. And you might want to select a criteria for this task that maybe you're less familiar with. And I'm going to have you do 2 things with that criteria. Let's say that I've selected criteria number 2, which is set professional learning goals. I am going to click on ISTE in 5. I'm going to navigate to that criteria. I know that number 2, set professional learning goals, is a learner standard, and I'm going to click on criteria number 2.
The only way to do it is to automate it. What Zapier allows us to do is connect to our customers' Shopify store.
ISTE in 5, as the name suggests, are short videos under 5 minutes. This one happens to be 2 minutes and 49 seconds, and it's all about criteria 2, setting professional learning goals. So I am going to watch the ISTE in 5 video, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to go to criteria examples. I'm again going to navigate to criteria number 2, set professional learning goals, and I'm going to scroll through some examples of actual portfolio submissions for this criteria that have in fact passed. Now, this task I'm recommending not because you'll use it right away, but because I want you to become familiar with these resources that you might use further down the road in your portfolio development. We're not gonna get here right in our first webinar, but eventually when you start your development, you are going to probably utilize those ISTE in 5 videos and probably utilize these examples. So just want you to get a feel for that. Okay, let me go back to the home page, if I can find it, and let's just really quickly review the 5 tasks. The first task is to launch the quick guide and go through those, including the 15-minute video. So altogether, that should take you, about 15, 16 minutes. Task number 1. Task number 2 is to review the applicant guidebook, which you get to by clicking on ISTE certification portfolio documents. Task number 3 is to review the portfolio submission requirements. Task number 4 is to review the FAQs. And task number 5 is to pick a criteria, any one of your choosing, and to watch the ISTE in 5 video and look at the examples that they've provided. Okay, and if you could do, complete these 5 activities prior to coming to the live webinar or watching the recorded webinar, that would be awesome. As you can see, there's more things in here to explore in the portfolio submission area. This will give you such a good foundation and a good starting point. I would say that altogether, to complete all 5 of those tasks should take you anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour. Okay, don't spend more than that. This is just sort of a warm-up, getting you ready. Okay, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see what you're going to develop for your portfolios and how you're really going to shine through this experience. All right, thank you so much. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.